Welcome back to the July 11th, 2020 edition of Pro Wrestling Throwdown. He's Luke, the Big Dog Williams. I'm Caleb Black. The Mighty Max Fury is not here with us tonight. He is visiting his estranged cousins in Mexico. He'll be back here soon. We are talking
El Salvador, Dick.
AEW Fyter Fest. Another two-week, two-night special featuring matches for AEW in a huge platform. Luke, we kicked it off with MJF and Wardlow taking on the Jurassic Express.
Yes, great dynamic. Wardlow, of course, is a workhorse.
He is.
He just is.
And his strength, his size counters well to the dinosaur.
Of course, Wardlow taking the fall because MJF isn't going to lose
right.
to either one of those boys.
No, not at all.
Then we move on to number one contendership for the Tag Team Championships for night 2.
Yeah.
Private Party taking on Santino and the guy
Santana and Ortiz.
Is that what his name is?
Santana.
Whatever.
Ortiz.
The two guys I don't like. Private Party, of course, going over.
What a good match.
Party going over.
I love Private Party. I love them. I love them because they are everything the Street Profits are not. Like, good.
I like the Street Profits,
I know you do.
Man.
I mean, I'm not saying I dislike them.
It's not that I don't like Private Party.
Yeah, and I guess it's unfair to compare the two of them continuously, but their gimmicks are so similar.
Being that one of them is a comedy act and the other one is not.
Right, and Private Party's way better in the ring.
See, that's not entirely accurate. That the two styles are completely different.
Yes, they are. Private Party's is still better.
It depends on your favorite, I guess.
Party.
Robbie E. Anyway. Then we move on to the TNT Championship match.
Yep.
Cody versus... I have
Jack
Swagger written down, but we know who we're talking about.
Jake Hager.
Cody wins. No big surprise there.
Well, I didn't care about the Jake Hager being the number one contender anyway.
To be completely honest with you, man, if I didn't know the results, I wouldn't have known the results because I got bored.
The Jake Hager just is not a polar... He's a good muscle man for Jericho, but he's not polarizing enough for me to be a singles competitor.
You want to push your new title. You put it against people who you actually give a shit and you actually think could actually take the championship.
Well, here's the thing.
And he's not
Jake Hager's legitimacy, he could take it, but he hasn't been displayed or demonstrated enough.
Right.
For me. He lost in his match against Moxley. He has a couple of singles matches wins, but he's not credible yet to be a champion, so I don't care.
Because, rankings matter.
Right. If you're going to push people to be title contenders, I need to give a shit that they're getting a title match.
Agreed.
And I didn't care about Jake Hager. It's a shame.
Then we, of course, go on to the first of two Tag Team Championship matches with the Elite, Omega and Page, defending against the Best Friends. Good match, solid opening, what you would expect.
Trent Beretta is so much better than Chuck Taylor.
That's why Beretta's mom's the one that drove him to the ring.
In this format, it makes it difficult to care about them as a tag team. Does that make sense?
Honestly, they're a good tag team.
They are.
But as far as I'm concerned, in my mind, and I'm sure in the mind of many people, they are nothing more than Orange Cassidy's lackeys.
I mean, yeah.
He's a face, so they're not the lackey. It's not the best word to use, but when I think of them, I think of Orange Cassidy.
Yeah,
I don't think of them first.
If they were a band, it would be Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends.
Correct.
I get what
Cream
you're saying.
Puff and the Freaks. I get you.
Cream Puff and the Freaks!
Then, of course, the main event for night 1.
Is Hikaru Shida.
Thank you, because I don't know how to say that.
I know, that's why I did.
Before...
I reiterate, Penelope Ford has come into her own as a heel.
She has surpassed the dude that she manages.
Yeah, and she's...
By a lot.
She has... While, again, we've discussed her moving into this position was mainly because Britt Baker got hurt. She surpassed my expectations, and she's really growing as a top female heel.
But that falls into the category of Mustafa Ali getting hurt, Kofi Kingston being switched into Elimination Chamber.
And bam.
Yeah. Or Austin
Sting getting hurt, and which leaves Luger in taking his spot.
Austin, Triple H getting in trouble, Austin winning the King of the Ring, and boom. History repeats itself.
You get your opportunity, you run with it, and she's doing that.
Shida wins, of course, no surprise there, since fans home happy for
again,
the first night.
Hikaru Shida should have been the first women's champion in AEW.
Agreed.
Should have been.
Her or Britt.
Yeah.
Then we go to night 2, which was 3 days ago?
Yeah.
We've got the Elite coming out to start the show.
Elite.
Defending the tag titles against Private Party. Elite goes over yet again. Getting old.
It was a good match, though.
But it's getting old.
It was high. Well, they're gonna lose.
Well, my thing is, I don't understand booking.
I don't know why I said it like that.
I don't understand why you book the tag team champions 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
On the same card.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I mean? It's like you want it to be like this big special 2-week pay-per-view, for lack of a better term, yet you give the same...
Yeah. No, I get that. I get what you're saying.
Right, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, you could have used use the Private Party win.
Yeah.
And then sent them to Fight for the Fallen, and then had that title match.
Yeah.
Rather than the way they did it.
Yeah.
Anyway, match was what you would expect. Nothing too fancy, but decent. Elite go over, of course. Then you have Lance Archer versus Joey Janela.
Yep.
Janela takes one of the best ass kickings around.
He does. He really does.
Here we go. Here's where the bread and butter is. We've got the Bucks and FTR versus the Lucha Brothers and Butcher and Blade. Best match.
It was
best tag match I've seen for more than 2 teams in a long time.
FTR found a way to make it completely legal that there were 4 members of the same team in the ring at the same time.
Due to the 10-second
by the 10-second rule, continuous tagging. That is, I saw on Twitter a lot of people who were like disparaging about this match, saying that FTR had the same kind of match they said they weren't going to have, and they forgot about the rules. No, they clearly did not.
Clearly, most of those people that said that didn't watch the match at all. They were going off their buddies, because JR, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur, who, by the way, are really growing on me as a team.
Me too.
Laid it out in front of everybody. This is why this is legal.
Yep.
They did that because they knew.
No one says you can't bend the rules. You just can't break the rules.
Right. And as far as the tag team wrestling itself, they didn't do anything that they said they wouldn't do.
Nope.
They didn't flip.
Nope.
A splash is not a flip,
nope.
Folks. It's not. Great, solid match. Canadian Destroyer to the outside of the ring was a little crazy.
I dug it, though, because it was one of the Lucha Brothers who did it.
Correct.
The thing is if with the Lucha Brothers, and especially Rey Fenix, number one, luchadors are notorious for being high flyers.
Correct.
So you have to accept that style of wrestling is going to exist, and
that's why they had the Bucks.
Right, and it was done in a way that wasn't psychologically challenging.
No.
It was a guy going to the outside who wasn't the legal member of the team.
Correct.
Taking another guy who wasn't the legal member out to the outside around the other wrestlers who also weren't the legal parties of the match.
Yeah, a crazy pedigree spike pile driver finish.
Oh, man, yeah, with the Lucha Brothers. That was... I know that one's much simpler than like the Meltzer driver or the Indie Taker or the...
But it looked 10 times more effective.
That's the first time I've seen them do it. I don't know why I've just missed it.
They haven't used that before.
Nasty.
They used to use they used a spike pile driver like the Bucks do.
Yeah. It was nasty.
Fantastic.
Looked like it killed him.
Match was great.
Huh. That one gets a 5 out of me.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go
Big 5.
And then we go from a 5 to Nyla Rose wrestling 2 people who...
Not even going to lie, I skipped it.
Been on the card, especially that high.
I skipped it.
I
skipped it because I don't care. Nyla Rose is a heel, so she should not be in a position to be in a handicap match against 2 baby faces because you already know it's going to be a squash. It was dumb, it was bad booking, and the match sucked.
Then you go to Dark Order and Colt Cabana versus SCU.
I'm loving Colt Cabana being a member of the Dark Order.
I love it.
I don't care what anybody
Even though he hasn't officially
joined. I love that. I love the process of him being scouted. I hope it leads to a big fuck you in the end.
Discus clothesline, another discus clothesline. They tag Colt in 1, 2, 3.
And let him take the pin, which is great.
And then in the main event, one of the better main events I think I've seen in a Dynamite or whatever show.
You remember how we talked before about the Michael Elgin Trey match?
Yeah.
On Impact a couple weeks ago? How, like, the first half we didn't like, and then when they finally started clicking, the second half was, oh my god, good?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt about this match.
Y2J versus Orange Cassidy.
First half didn't connect for me. Too much shit going to the outside. Too many times Orange Cassidy went back to the well on hitting the guardrail. I just didn't personally enjoy it until we started getting about halfway through, and then it was good and fun to watch.
Jericho over with the Judas effect out of nowhere. I like the idea of the move. I don't like the execution.
You know, I've been thinking about this too because it does look like just a regular back elbow, but here's the difference in a back elbow. It's the way he's standing, which allots for the force. A back elbow, you're standing to the side. Well, I'm not going to demonstrate. It's a wrestling technique.
I get it, but I don't think aesthetically it's all that pleasing. I think it would look cool if
he approached it like a roaring elbow and spun into it.
Yes.
I think then it would really be gnarly with him coming in.
Yeah, because if he come in for the Superman elbow, it just looked like he was like, gotcha, and it was over.
Right. I agree.
But that
hit a pretty damn code breaker, though.
It was pretty. Well, and Orange Cassidy with that Hurricanrana that he hit standing from the ground.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The one thing that was kind of on the nose for me was when Jericho went up for his springboard drop kick. He didn't throw it like a drop kick. He literally did the springboard and jumped in the direction. I mean, I know the spot was for him to go out the ring, but he didn't even approach it like the drop kick was anyway, so you knew that was the spot that was coming.
Also the dive, the Isai moonsault from Cassidy into the turn half. Oh, man. Excellent. But anyway, that's Fyter Fest.
Fyter Fest was awesome. What did you guys think about Fyter Fest? Leave us a comment down below. Send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. Find us and like us on Facebook. Like and subscribe. Talk to us. Are you out there? Hello? Sorry. It's all right.
His name's Robbie E.
You've upset him. Let us know, guys, what you thought about Fyter Fest. Stay tuned, because we still got 2 weeks of Impact to talk about, Daddy.